Shalom. I'd like to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do rule well and teach this truth in all honesty and sincerity. And salutations to you brothers around the four corners of the earth that's pushing this truth, risking your lives and freedoms to do so to wake up the hopeful elect. This brother Azar from the St. Louis, GMS St. Louis camp. Just doing a video on, Texas, man. It's spiritual, in a number of different ways. First off, his first name is Moses, and I'm getting into a couple videos covering what he did. He came up with a way how to draw water out of the air and make clean drinking water, just thousands of gallons of water per day. So it ultimately shows that this place is ran the way it is on purpose. It's crooked on purpose. You have to pay for the Lord's natural resources on purpose. Who said that this man, the sleazy E's or the get to regulate the Most High's minerals and natural resources? They regulate life, of mankind. They really have a God complex, and they wish they could control everything. But the truth is, you only control a certain amount of what happens in the earth, and ultimately it's because of the Lord is allowing you to do this wickedness. But anyhow, let a couple of these videos play, then I'm gonna grab scriptures. Just if anybody in 2019 is still talking about we are not the Israelites, they really got their head up their ass, man. Because just too much evidence supports supports that narrative. But anyhow, I'm gonna roll it. So like it, let me turn this up.
Take for granted near the Great Lakes. But Moses West knows a water crisis is quietly growing.
Everybody knows we're running out of water.
A problem the retired ranger spent the past 4 years working to eliminate.
All the water that we need it exists right here in the air.
He believed so strongly in that idea. In 2015, West invented an atmospheric water generator, or AWG, a machine that takes in air and turns it into drinking water.
We're at the place now, I think, making 50, 100, 200, 250,000, a million gallons of water at an incredibly low energy consumption. I think cheaper than groundwater by far, cheaper than desalination.
So far, 12 of these AWGs exist. West planted them in 3 areas, including the Bahamas, Puerto Rico, and Flint, Michigan.
I need to engage with the people here, and I need to show them what this machine does, and they need to understand that it is their machine, and I am here for them.
West says his AWGs are federally approved, and the water quality is also tested by the Colorado Water Authority.
It's clean. It's good enough to drink. No bacteria or anything in it. And the reason that we go through the filtration process, so as soon as you turn it on, it starts making water.
You may be wondering how these atmospheric generators are tied to Wisconsin.
Most of West AWGs were manufactured right here in Manitowoc.
And the people of Manitowoc should be proud. Just one unit provides the city with hundreds of gallons of clean water. The best part, it doesn't cost residents a penny. West works with organizations like the Water Rescue Foundation to cover the cost. So far, the response in the community has exceeded his expectations.
They were very happy that somebody actually cared enough for them to come to jump over the bureaucracy, come to a private piece of land and do this thing.
Right now, his priority is planting these AWGs in Flint, helping our neighbors here in the Midwest. In Manitowoc, Michelle London, Spectrum News.
Now, I will grab a few scriptures. Well, yeah, we'll grab a scripture in Jeremiah pertaining to Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel, which means he is a prince of the power, or prince of God, which the Negroes are, the head tribe. This is Jeremiah 51 and verse 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them. And that's talking about the other nations. For he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. So the scriptures tell us that Jacob is the former of all things, and all of these things that you have in the earth today, as far as tools and different mechanisms, Jake invented that, man. During slavery, Jake invented all those inventions, man. The light bulb, the lawnmower, the stoplight, etc., man. But as a slave, you couldn't have inventions, so your slave owner got the credit for that, you know. I'm gonna play another video, because it's the scriptures are speaking, man.
There's a brother that's a Army veteran. His name is Moses West. Now, this brother has designed a machine that can make water out of thin air. And I want you to hear what happened with this particular machine, about the people that went to vandalize this machine. Listen to the sophistication of what they were doing to try to ruin this machine. Let's go ahead and roll that clip.
They drained fuel. They added something to the coolant lines. They played with electronics. And that's not typical vandal stuff.
Less than a week after bringing free water to Flint, Moses West says the green machine he designed to do just that was vandalized.
Once they broke into the machine and they destroyed the generator, very technical. They knew what they were doing. It wasn't just, random vandalism. Not at all. They destroyed the battery. They put metal in the fuel system. I saw that when I was cleaning the fuel filter.
West is a military veteran who travels across the country to areas in crisis, bringing a machine he designed, like this one, that literally makes fresh water out of thin air. He put the green machine out for people along.
Now, you have to pose a question. Who would do something like that? Who would do something like that? It's making fresh water at lower cost than we pay for water in our home and things like that. Who providing water to people in need, only these sleazy E's get off on stuff like that happening. Doing just killing, stealing, and destroying, man. Who fits that those characteristics, man. Sleazy E's Edomites, man.
Saginaw Street on Thursday and was hoping to make a big impact. He says before the vandalism, they were giving hundreds of people free water every day.
You gotta look at, I'm making anywhere from 1,200 to 2,000 gallons of water a day. And giving away for free. That's a lot of money out of somebody's pocket someplace.
West says that he can only speculate as to why someone would try to destroy something that was just trying to help the community.
West says he hopes to have the green machine back open and working again soon, with some anti-vandalism features added as well.
It actually sits in the air. I set it on the ground because the ground was a little bit unstable for it to sit on the legs, but now I've got all the support for the legs. All 21,000 pounds of it will sit up in the air and make it harder for people to get to do devious things to the machine.
So as you heard, what happened to that machine?
Anyway, but as you can see, he said it's a lot of money out of somebody's pocket. We know that Esau has the corner on the market of the resources. So, I mean, just by reason and logic and reason, who would be the prime suspect? The person with the people with the track record of being murderers, thieves, and destroyers, man. You know, they really get off on doing stuff like this. They're all about greed and power and death and destruction, wickedness. You know. But okay, I'm gonna go to the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and 4, because this is what they do. This is Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. You know, Rome was destroyed. Mount Seir was destroyed. And America, London, and the Vatican is, you know, the Roman Empire all over again, stretched out further, you know, and bigger than the first Rome was. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. And that word indignation means righteous anger. You know, the Lord hates them, man, rightfully so. They're in opposition to everything righteous, man. Everywhere they go is defiled. Death and sorrow follow them, man. That's what they bring, man. Hell and death. They bring hellish conditions on people and ultimately death, man. But you know, I'm gonna get in. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, and I'm gonna start at verse 15 and jump. This is Deuteronomy 28th chapter, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. You know, and it's going into number of curses and hardships. But getting to the point, I'm gonna start at verse 43. Skip to verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Now, if we're in the lowest state, you know, of the world, we have no representation really in the earth. We are the worst treated, you know, killed and just, you know, treaded upon, and no justice. Now, who is at the height? Who is the highest? The nation of people that represented by the eagle, flying high. Esau, America, the Edomites, sleazy E's. They're up high, you know, but that pride is soon will be snatched out of them. Verse 44, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. Verse 46, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So our condition is a clear sign that we are the Israelites, man. Verse 47, the point being at 48. Because thou servest not the Lord thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Because the Lord, he gave us abundance of things, blessings, you know, gave us land, gave us the laws, gave us, you know, we were on top, but we wanted to be like the heathens. So he brought us down low, lower than them. You know, it's kind of like a well-off to do child. Family has everything, but you know he don't want that. He want the impoverished life. He want to be sleeping on pissy mattresses and sleeping in bandos and shit like that. You know, just madness, man. And that's what Israel was doing, man. Want to be like the heathen when the Most High set us up to be above the heathen. Verse 48, this is the point. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, with which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle fleeth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the persons of the old, nor show favor to the young. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed, which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kind, or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee. You know, so this is a clear and cut case of Esau, you know, destroying an invention that will help people on the bottom. But at the same time, we're bound by these curses, so you know that's prophecy. You know, We shall go to our oppressors for one of all things, you know. And every man that's tried to redeem us out of our condition, what has happened? They got took him up out of here, man. The Most High took him up out of here because that's not our lot, man. That's not our lot at this time. We got to endure the curses and suffer until the Most High comes and redeems us, man. And which is soon, I may add, sooner than we think. Man, this is a testament of Jacob being the former of all things, man. This could change, the way life is lived, but Sleazy E's got the dominion of the earth, which was their blessing, to have the fatness of the earth and ruling by the sword back in Genesis. And they're doing just that. So, great invention, man. It's just, we're bound by the blessings and curses of this book that the Most High put on us. And so ain't nobody gonna be able to, get us from up under that, man. But Yahweh Shah with the power of Yahweh. So it's just goes to show that we are those people, man. We are the Israelites, man. And you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, so-called, need to come back to your power, man. That's what got us in this condition in the first place. Calling on all these different deities, man. When we got the living power on our side, man. That's like you getting home cooked meals every night, but you like, man, I'm tired of this. I want McDonald's. Madness. Um, I'm gonna jump to verse 65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life. You see, and who is that, man? That's the Israelites, man. Especially Judah, man. The so-called Negro man, hey, every day we walk out this house, out our houses, man, it could be our last, and whether it's from our own people, whether it's from the cops, and we have to just be in good graces with the Most High. Salakia. Verse 67. In the morning thou shalt say, would Yahweh it were even? And at even thou shalt say, would Yahweh it were morning, for the fear of thine heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, talking about Jerusalem. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. And that word buy means redeem. No man shall redeem us, So like, these these sleazy E's, man, they want us to be looked at as nothing. And some I've experienced and saw for myself in life, that when you're the real one, when you're the the righteous one, or you just got that natural shine, a person of lesser importance, I'll say, or of a person that's not upright will have to try to cast a negative light on you, try to demean you, try to demonize you, try to just hate on you, and have you looking like something you're not, so they can try to portray something they're not in a right, and be something they're not. And this is what these sleazy E's do all the time. Let's demonize these people so that we look like we're the rightful people of the earth. And it's totally, not the case, But continuing on in some more scripture, I'm gonna get Psalms 137. And I'm gonna read it from the top. And it reads, "By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down, yea, we wept when we remember Zion. We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof. For there that they that carried us away captive required of us a song." That's where those Negro spirituals come from. "And they that wasted us required of us mirth," happiness, saying, "Sing us one of the songs of Zion." And how shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? Land of strangers. It's not Jerusalem. It's not our land. "If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof." And that means make it bare. Raise it, make it bare, strip it, destroy it. "O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones." And this will happen to the nation of Edom, man. Even coming out of Egypt, these devils were waiting, trying to destroy us, coming out in the wilderness. The people that call themselves Jews today, over there in the land of Israel. But the recompense will come back on them. And that Psalms 137, that's another indicator that we are those people, man. Our people were singing those Negro spirituals about Zion, "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot." They were talking about the so-called UFOs, which are chariots, man, the vehicles that the angels are in. I'm gonna jump over to the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, and start at verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And the wicked is Esau. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than a golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger it shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one to his own land, and every one that is found shall be thrust through, and every one that is joined unto them, talking about the Edomites or the sleazy E's, shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. Skipping down to verse 19. Never mind. Yeah. Verse 19, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. You know. So these sleazy E's got a lot to pay for, man. They will not get off by a long shot. I'm going to get Jeremiah 33 and verse 7. And it reads, and I will cause the captivity of Judah and the captivity of Israel to return, the northern and southern kingdom, and will build them as at the first, and I will cleanse them from all their iniquity whereby they have sinned against me, and I will pardon all their iniquities whereby they have sinned, and whereby they have transgressed against me. So this is the last hoorah for us, man. It's the last captivity for us.